So one of the most common questions I get, and I get this literally like every single week from SaaS founders, B2B CEOs, people running Outbound for the first time, is how many cold emails should I actually be sending? And most of the business owners, when they ask this, they are already thinking about it the wrong way, right? And they're asking how many when the real question is how many do you need to hit your actual goal, right? And those are like two very different questions. And hi, my name is Anupanimes. I run clienteducation.in. We sent over 100,000 cold emails, cold outbound per month for B2B and SaaS companies. And I want to walk you through the exact math we use internally. Basically, this is the internal like walkthrough of what I actually do to constantly book like 30 to 40 calls per month, right? So the short answer is send as many like cold outbound as possible and hit your entire TAM every 30 to 60 days. Press copy, press offer, and repeat after that, right? And I've generally like never seen someone send too many emails and lose money because of it. Like that's just not a thing, right? But if you want the actual number, the one that makes sense for a specific goals, you need to act like backwards. And it starts with one metric and it called your email to lead ratio, right? And how many emails does it take you to like generate a single reply? Someone who shows any level of interest, right? Not a book call, not a like closed deal, just can I get more info? What's the pricing? Let's talk about that. And let's hop on a call. And that's a lead. That's what you should like measure, right? And now at clienteducation.in, we like across B2B, SaaS, IT, real estate companies, we are like constantly booking 30 to 40 calls per campaign that we send per month. And we have worked with like companies like CBRE, one of the biggest real estate companies in the world, and a lot of SaaS companies, B2B service companies doing significant revenue. And that number like didn't came from just guessworking, it come from like finding real ratio and like finding real data, doing real work, right? And here's where most people mess up, right? They run one campaign, it goes well, and they get a lead for every 150 emails they send, and they think, okay, that's my number. And to be honest, it's not. That was not a campaign, probably it was probably a tight list that you find somewhere, probably a niche ICP. And when you scale, when the list like gets bigger, when you get bigger, when you go into broader market, when you scale, that number gets worse, right? Expect like a 10 to 20% drop as volume increases. So your real ratio is your average like across 3 to 5 campaigns, like 10 to 30,000 emails minimum, right? And I learned this the hard way early on. A campaign would cross like, and I would basically think, I cracked it, I found the thing, and then when we would scale the numbers, we would like sit tremendously, right? Like it would just take volumes to know your real baseline. So yeah, once you have a ratio, now you can like whack the funnel, right? Lead, appointment, so close, LASC, like the four stages. Most people only obsess over the first one, and appointment set rate, like how many of your leads actually become booked calls. Realistic target if you are running direct response copy to the right ICP, like 50%. But if you are running an gimmick like lead magnet, some pre-audit thing, you are probably closer to like 20%, right? And the difference isn't just the copy, it's what you do after the reply, right? And you enrich every single response to get their phone number. Are you enriching? Are you doing that? Are you calling within 50 to 30 minutes? Are you leaving voicemails? Like, are you following up twice over emails? And if yes, 50% is realistic. If you're just waiting for them to book themselves, you're leaving half of your pipeline on the table, right? Then show rate. This one like surprises people because 70 to 80% is what you should be hitting on cold traffic, right? But only if you have a pre-call sequence. What does that mean? What's the pre-call sequence? So a day before reminder email, day of text and call, a VSL or a case study or a YouTube video or a loop would be sent to them through email or WhatsApp or somewhere, and they would ask before they get on the sales call with you. Basically, they will know more about you, more about yourself. They will see the case studies, testimonials dripped into their inbox. So by the time they show up, they literally like already have trust you, right? And the call isn't just where trust starts. It starts before even like you book the call, before even the sales call happens, right? With pre-call sequences. So trust should already exist before they even see your face, right? That's the whole point of the pre-call sequences. And without that, they're probably at around 40 to 55, 40 to 50% storage. And but with it, you can expect 70 to 80%, like massive different if you do it, if you are doing it at scale, right? And next thing, close rate. So cold traffic, pure cold, like not referrals, not warm intros. You can expect close rate around 90 to 20%. It and 10 to 20% is genuinely like really good. Like as per the current market works. So I know people throw around numbers like 50 to 60, 50, 60, and some people even do 100%, and that's 100% is a complete lie, to be honest. And some of the like 50, 60% conversion rates, that those were like one traffic, like those are the converting from content, basically they have been in their pipeline for a while now, and those are either one traffic or referrals, right? Cold traffic is entirely different. Cold outbound is entirely different. Every 7 calls that actually shows up, you are closing like one to two. Like realistically, that's the actual number you can expect, and that's the benchmark, to be honest. And honestly, if you have a like solid prequel sequence running, case studies, social proof, VSL, YouTube videos, that number like creeps up because people are already sold before the sales even started, right? So yeah. So now let's put it together. Um, say you want, 10 days this month. So the close rate you can expect is 20%. You need to this KPI, you need to like book 50 calls to show up, and show up rate is 75%. You need to book 67 calls, and set rate is 50%. So you need basically 133 leads to be interested in your cold outbound campaigns, right? And if your email to lead ratio is 1 to 1000, uh, you need to send like 133,000 emails in this month. So that's basically the math, right? And so currently now instead of like asking how many emails should you send, you know exactly why the number is what it is, and exactly which part of your funnel to fix, and if it's not working, right? Just to give you some real context, at clientacquisition.in we are sending over 100,000 emails per month, 100,000 outbound emails plus LinkedIn emails as well. We do omni-channel outreach, as you know, emails and LinkedIn outbound. We will use multiple LinkedIn accounts to like find ICPs and basically reach out to them, and across B2B, SaaS, IT companies, real estate companies who have worked with them, and one of the biggest real estate companies who have worked with is CBRE. Like it was a recent, I was working with a broker, and basically one of the biggest real estate companies in the world, and I was working with a broker from them. We were booking like 30 to 40 calls per campaign constantly, and for like last quarter we have booked 84 calls for them. So and our clients are like seeing, booked basically $500,000 plus in pipeline for this, like while running these outbound campaigns. And that didn't happen by guessing volume, right? It happened by like basically knowing our numbers, engineering, like backwarding from your goals, right? As I just showed you. So basically, this is the calculator, take your deals wanted like divided by closed, that's like cost needed to show up, divided that by show rate, that's calls to book, and divided that by show rate like set rate, that's leads needed, and multiply that by emails to lead ratio, and that's your like monthly send volume, right? As I just showed you. And you can build this in a Google Sheet. Took me 10 minutes to make. I made this like on a cloud code, and took me like 10 minutes to be honest. I took it like every single month before we plan campaigns and send outreach campaigns, right? Do outbound. Most people running cold email are just guessing their volume, like I just said. And the one constantly booking, 30 to 40 calls per month, they reverse engineer it, as I just showed you, right? Now you know how to do the emails, how to do the same, and how to like track the KPIs and everything. And you know if you want to want us to implement an end-to-end cold admin system for your B2B or SaaS company and save time, book a call with the link in the description, and we'll basically book you 10 to 30 calls per month. You only pay for qualified calls booked into your calendar. So yep, book the call in the calendar below. Or if you want, if you have any queries, if you want to ask any questions, just send me a message on Instagram or just email me, right? Have a good day. Bye.